Hey you guys, Pumping Priest here once again, this time with a kind of different video I'd say. Namely I want to talk about how to properly use tier lists. This tier list you see is actually my current tier list if I would have to make one, but this isn't the real topic. I want to talk about the things I think people tend to forget or do wrong when using tier lists. Namely, tier lists are considered to show the overall strength of a character. So, for example, Tingoran I think is really strong since he's awesome on point, best point character in the game. If you would ask me, I actually think that he's better than base Vegeta, but I'm also kind of biased since I'm maining him since season 1, but that's another thing. The thing is, he's great on point. He's got a good assist with his A assist or his C assist, but that's relative, which C assist isn't good. And he's got great mix-up, great neutral, and he's solid overall. You can play him on point, you can play him mid, you can play him anchor. Doesn't really matter. You can slam him on your team, and he's perfect. That's something a really good character for him to be an S plus needs to have. That he can function on every single row. That's why I actually put up base Vegeta in S plus right now and not anymore in a normal S tier, since I believe that he's actually good even on anchor position, which I didn't think at the beginning of season one of this season. Season 1, yeah, of course, sure. What I want to talk about is there are a lot of characters that aren't that great in some aspects of the game, but they shine in other aspects. Perfect example for that one would be, I think, actually Nappa. You see, I've put him really high up, way better. I think he's way better than most people think. He can literally break the game. I don't know if you guys seen the videos from Frame Advantage, I think is the channel's name, with Tyrant and so on. Really good videos when they talk about the new tech that has been discovered. Awesome stuff. And Nappa can actually put you in an endless block string with the right assists. He needs to have at least one high block stun at least one high block stun assist, and the other assist can't be a C assist, and it can't be a key blast style assist. Otherwise, you can reflect out of it, super dash out of it, or the timing. The C assist needs to recover. It's just too long, so it won't be a true endless block string. But the thing is, I want to put out at this point is, Nappa is probably, if you've got the right assists and you've got the opponent blocking, the best mix-up character in the entire game. I would always prefer to block a good base Vegeta, even with the two best assists for block strings, like for example Kid Buu A assist and Bardock B assist. I would prefer blocking that instead of Nappa with, let's say, Gotenks plus GT Goku, or something like that. Incredible. What I want to tell you is, if the neutral of Nappa would be even better, he would be right up there in S plus. But it's not. And the advantage he's getting when he's got you in the block string is so good that I actually think he deserves the S spot. But his neutral is so damn bad that I wouldn't put him any higher. That's why I put him in at the end of S tier. But that's the thing I want to tell you about. It doesn't matter what tier list you use. It will always tell you only half of the story. You don't know which character really complements another, and so on. Like, for example, you can slam Trunks on any team. Doesn't really matter. since he's a great anchor. And he's got so many great assists. There isn't a character, I think, that doesn't want Trunks on his team, for example. But there are other characters who need specific assists to work around their weaknesses, like Nappa, for example. Or last season I would have even said Cell himself, since his neutral wasn't really good. But the EX changes changed that a bit, I would say, that he can now use EX Perfect Attack and EX Rolling Crush. What I want to tell you is, if you've got a character with huge weaknesses, but you can work around these weaknesses with the right assists, he becomes that much better. And Nappa, with beam assist plus a high block stun assist like Bardock or Gotenks, which work as neutral assist as well, is so scary. I would be scared if I would have to fight a team like that. It's just incredible. And you have to look at it also in another way, like, what kind of player are you? Are you a player that really doesn't like to defend, for example? Let's be honest. No one really does like to defend in any case, but there are people who really tend to mash buttons more than others, or really want to get out of block situations, etc. Like even Jiren, for example. Jiren has more defensive options than a base Vegeta does. So if you say, hey, I really don't want to block, then maybe Jiren is the one for you. Yeah. And if you say, hey, I really want high pressure mix-ups, maybe Majin Buu or even 17. They've got nice mix-ups. But you need to you really need to build your team around these guys. That's the thing. Tier lists, if you think about it, if a character is really high up the tier, he usually doesn't need a specific team around him. If you think about it, just look at the top 5. Goku with a grain of salt, please. I actually think that it's too early to put him anywhere specific in the tier list. I think he's really strong, and that's why I put him up there right now. But I could very well be wrong. And yeah, we have to see. But that's what I want to say. These guys you can slam on every team and they will just work. A character like Majin Buu, you can't just slam on every team. It won't work. You need to build a team around him. Same for Zamasu. I think Zamasu is a very underrated character. But you need the right assist to get his things going. Ginyu, I think, works the same way, but I don't know actually. And that's another point. Think about all the characters that are underexplored. You just don't know how good they really are. A character like Ginyu, even though he's been there since season 1, there were only a few pros who actually played him on a daily basis. I think Aqua did, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Janemba, till this very day, very underexplored. 17, same thing. Even Gogeta, I'd say, good. The frame data isn't really good. We all know that. But despite of that, we really don't know that much about this character. So let's just think about the prime example of base Goku, where Vava came around and shut everyone up. Maybe you're the next one who's going to show us how good the character really is. Here, prime example for my tier list, Krillin. He's got some dirty mix, I know that, but I don't know much more about him, because who really plays this character? There are only a few, and if you are looking for a real pro, I don't think that there's anyone who plays him. And I don't know if it's rightfully so or not. I personally don't want to play him for personal reasons, I'd say. Like, I just think he's not that interesting. Why should I play couldn't when I can play a character like Cell, for example. Yeah, but you get the idea. And yeah, I would really like to talk with you guys about that, and I'm really excited to hear what you think about my reasoning. And do you agree? Do you disagree? Really like to hear you. Anyway, take care. Bye bye.